this is Randy and JT Sealed Teams. So they can each talk a little bit about what theirs is doing. Myself and Isaac are playing on the other end of the table. Then winners will play, and then we'll figure out. Everybody's going to be on the camera at least once, and we'll see how this goes. So why don't you guys tell us about your team?
All right, JT, you go ahead and talk about your team first.
Well, let's start with the win condition. I didn't draw very much power, but I did draw the rare Hyperion, who once per turn when Hyperion is blocked by a villain, double his attack. So, oh, thank you. Yeah, I need a coaster.
What theirs is doing. There's the YouTube thing again. I made the same mistake. Then winners will play, and then there we go.
So, so I was lucky enough to draw a tin head, so I can make somebody a villain, and got the uncommon Ultron drone, so I can force the character to block. So that's really where I am, and I tried to fill in a couple other places where I could with the best that was available in my sealed pack.
All right, awesome. And what I've got going on is I actually drew the super rare Magneto, so I had to put him on this team. Common Phil Coulson, he'll help some sidekicks. The uncommon Jocasta will hopefully let me get through my bag, let me roll a few more dice per turn. I've got the common Loki, so I can nullify. If JT does want to attack with that Hyperion, hopefully I can nullify that ability before it kills me. And I've got the Starhawk that gets +2 attack for both him and an affiliated character, with a couple of cheap 3-cost Avengers to boot to try and take advantage of that. So
cool. All right, so we're going to play and kind of talk with each other as we do it. We'll continue to watch the YouTube comments as this goes here, so we can talk about stuff that we talk about here. And actually, I'd like an orange soda myself, so I'm going to be right back.
All right.
We got another coaster here, right?
Yeah, you're all set.
You should talk about the actions that you brought. Basic actions.
Basic actions I brought. Assemble. I've got enough affiliated characters between Loki and Jocasta as villains and a couple of Avengers that if I want to, I can try and take advantage of this. But really, I wanted to make sure I brought something that wasn't going to hurt me, and I don't see my opponent purchasing a 5-cost action. And Ready to Rocket, again, because it has the teamwork, and I'm using enough affiliated characters.
Yeah, and I brought Hulk out, so if I get Hyperion to double his attack, then I can make it worthwhile. And Coordinated Strike, deal 3 damage to a target character, target character die with teamwork, so you can repeat it if you have 2 affiliated characters in the field.
Excellent.
All right, well.
All right, we're going to play. Like I said, you'll hear all of us playing and talking. You'll be able to see their games. Isaac or I will talk about our teams the first time we're on camera. One of us will be next, and then the other of us will be the third time. Yeah, let's play.
10.
I'm going to do is roll. So you roll more sidekicks.
Sure.
15.
15. All right, go first.
2, 1. Go ahead. Yeah, sealed can be such a challenge.
Yeah, what did we just say? Who had the most dice was 13.
I have 13.
Yeah. So
I didn't like cut any corner. I didn't say like, okay, I have more of this guy. I'll take that.
2 for Beast.
So I feel okay about that.
And 2.
we'll spend 4 to Phil.
Beast.
That's the common beast.
It is the
Yeah.
common beast.
And 2
1 beast attacks
now.
+1 defense until the end of the turn.
All right.
Uncommon.
I'm going to reroll it all.
RJ is going to come and do a little commentary as we go in, so he'll be joining us on the Hangout. He forgot that it was EST again, even though I told him EST, and he is sitting in a Wendy's drive-thru.
They have Wendy's in Canada?
Apparently so, yeah. I was surprised too.
Tim Hortons, right?
Yeah, it's in Tim Hortons.
I'd like 1 junior Canadian bacon, please.
Yeah.
All right, I'll pay 2 to buy Phil Coulson, and then I will pay 2 for 1 of your Hulk outs. Go.
Gonna buy Star-Lord of the rare. Okay.
Well, let's just end this. I will buy the other 2 hotels.
Okay.
Field his sidekick. There's a question mark.
Yep.
I'll use these 3 to buy Giant Man.
Cool.
The commonest
Well-
of Giant Men.
I'll say right now that I have no idea what I'm doing with this team. None.
I'm not gonna bother. Oh, I will reroll. I guess one of these.
As I've started doing the Walsh Wash.
I noticed the
Yeah.
I'll field my sidekick,
Yeah.
We get our
and
nice
then I will
tires
go
out.
ahead and use
I don't think we
Wasp's
rolled that many
Global
dice.
to deal 1 damage to my own
Oh,
sidekick, ensuring it for next turn.
Okay.
Ways here.
Go ahead.
Put everything in the bag.
Hand out and shake. Hand back in.
Actually, I don't mind that at all. I'll pay 1 to field beast and field 2 sidekicks.
My
Your
turn.
turn.
All right. Refill.
The common Loki? Yeah.
Randy and I have like half of the same team.
4.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, let's start with. Go ahead.
All right. Refill the bag.
Did not necessarily want Hulk out this turn.
With Big Phil Coulson.
We didn't one Hulk out with no thing at all to crush with.
Well, I will pay 1 to field Phil Coulson.
That's right. That hurts.
I'll pay 2 to buy
Yep.
another Phil Coulson.
Coulson's legit.
And then I just, even if I pump him up and attack, it's not worth 3.
Yeah.
Leave myself wide open. So-
Here.
Okay.
Not gonna
Go
put
ahead.
Here.
All right.
We don't have any characters.
Spin. Yep.
And I'm just gonna back this.
So I'll take
giant.
4. I'm going to use a blue action die, I guess. Cool. All right. Let's see what I get. Come on, Schwartz. Come on, Schwartz.
I don't mind that. Okay.
Go.
4
Double strike.
coordinated strike.
There you feel.
Yeah. I'll take that one and reroll these others.
I'll pass to you.
My turn.
Yeah.
I'll start with getting
All
fielded.
right.
Can't always afford the things you want.
4 full sidekicks.
Okay.
Not changing a thing. We're buying Starhawk.
Yep.
I was hoping to be able to buy Jocasta last turn, rolling 5 dice. Didn't happen.
So this.
I lost.
Mm-hmm.
With sidekick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir.
Decisions. Decisions. I think I'll pay 1 to field them.
All right.
I didn't work out the way I wanted.
And pass priority.
And I can do nothing.
Seems to be less need of priority passing in this set.
Mhm.
Attack with both beasts.
Hear that?
I would use the
I'll block 1,
Okay.
put the other through, take 3 damage.
All right.
I'm 17.
He's KO'd. My other beast stays in the field.
My turn.
Your
We
turn.
don't have any globals, do we?
Just my
He has a wasp.
Yeah. Just about
Until we
that.
kill the character. Jeez.
You guys have any globals over?
Wasp and
Ultron drone.
Okay.
Oh, and Iron
And
Man.
Iron Man.
Okay. Better than us. Un global.
Energy.
Here we go. Wasp for 2. See a fielder.
I cannot buy Jocasta or Loki. I do not have any bolts.
Mm.
But what I do have is 6 energy.
Yeah, I'm done.
One of them is a shield. So I can buy zombie Magneto.
Oh, fun stuff.
Go ahead.
It's just some being a character.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I'll field the sidekick and buy Loki.
Attacking with anything?
Yeah, I better swing in
Two
for
allow me
another 5
raccoon?
real quick.
5.
2 by me,
All
Gamora.
right, that takes me down to 12.
And I hold onto a bolt for nothing.
I'll assume you're done.
Yep.
That's not the giant man I want.
Need some bodies in the field.
It's the giant man you needed. The giant man you deserve.
There we go. That's a giant man I
Yeah,
I'll
sure it
field
is.
2 sidekicks, take
Yeah.
3.
Spider
One's a
Woman.
fist. There's Spider Woman.
There it is.
want. And,
All right.
both, you got nothing with that.
Right.
Saving them.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so that's what I drew.
Okay.
Okay, so I will jump.
You got
And
6.
And one of them's a shield, so
that's about that. I'll take 2.
Hyperion.
Hyperion comes in.
All right.
All done?
Yes, sir.
My turn?
Your
Right.
turn.
All right.
Oh, there were 5 in there. I forgot about
3.
Of course, I don't get character.
Take 1 to field Phil Coulson. Bring the sidekick.
Let's get
Okay.
the captain in
So
here.
I've got
And go ahead.
a 2-1 Phil Coulson and 3 2-1 sidekicks.
One.
Go ahead.
All right. Okay, pay 1 to feel Loki, pay 1 to feel Beast. And your turn.
All right. 3, 4.
Well, actually, hang on a minute. So the first time I draw Maria Hill in a turn, I just drew her.
Yep.
Does that mean I can do that before I have to refill my bag? I think my first 4 out of the bag are pretty much considered like
The
simultaneous.
draw.
Yeah, that stinks because I had to do my beast father. So I got the captain.
I will
Ooh,
pay
we have
a
somebody
shield
ready.
to field Zombie Magneto.
He's out.
Now I'm level
Bring in
1.
Randy. Other Randy.
Oh,
RJ.
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 Now I'll spend 3. One of them is a bolt by the Wasp.
All right.
Go ahead. Uh-oh.
No, it's not that big of an uh-oh. So this one's here. Okay. The 2 field Hyperion. And I will pay 2 fists to force Magneto to block him. And we don't have any energy, so we'll skip passing priority and I will attack with Hyperion.
All right, Magneto is blocking. And I will block with the sidekick as well.
Okay.
Remember, he's not a villain, so it doesn't.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
So I will KO both. I'll sign the right names to do that. I'm also KO.
Yep.
All right,
My turn.
your turn.
Go 4.
She's a drawing stuff.
That's what I like to see.
That sucks.
All right.
I'll block you.
Okay.
Okay, 1. Field Coulson. Yeah. Okay, 3 for my other Wasp. Maybe. Yeah, I got it.
Let me keep this. I'm gonna spend this 6 on Magneto.
And I'll go ahead and
That's not good.
attack with Phil Coulson.
Prep a die.
And then I will play an action,
Yep.
Hulk out, double burst, so he gets +1 attack.
Taking 2.
So you take 2, and they're both
What's that?
KO'd.
Go for it.
Oh.
RJ signed.
Okay.
Oh, it should be coming in.
I see.
Ooh, here's my draw. Actually, I think that'll work.
I don't like it.
I'll pay 2, 1 for Hyperion and 1 for Beast.
There he is. RJ, can you hear me? Oh, he dropped out.
Oh.
RJ's on his way in. We'll try and provide a little commentary here.
Missed it by that much.
Missed it by that much.
Okay, well,
Not using the energy or anything.
Yeah.
Not using it's, six. Do that.
Okay. I will deal 2 to Giant Man.
Okay.
So we both knock each other out. I get
So
to
now
you
you spent 2
no energy, so
I did.
So 2 energy deal 1 damage.
Yeah.
And you
I'll
carry
pay a
it
bolt.
with 5.
Oh, it's 5. Oh, I'm
to
sorry.
deal
I
1
was
damage
looking
to
at the
Coulson.
wrong numbers there. Never mind.
Oh,
I don't do that.
Loki.
But no, I still attack.
One damage
That's
to
fine. So
Coulson.
knocked out. I still get to draw the die. Yeah.
Attack with these 2.
Ain't no thing. Hey, there he is. RJ, can you hear us?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first annual The Reserve Pool Dice Masters Championship. We have 4 of the best players in the world. First, the 2015 Canadian Dice Masters National Champion, JT Homash. Alongside him, one of the top qualifiers for the 2015 U.S. Nationals Dice Masters Championship, also the founder of thereservepool.com, Dave Morris.
Hi.
Third, this man was the bubble boy at the 2015 World Dice Masters Championships, Isaac, and his last name might be something along the lines of Bon Vomash, but that is unconfirmed.
Love it.
And finally-
Hot liver?
And finally, the man with the greatest name in the world, and his 4 kids will destroy you in a fist fight if you tell him otherwise. Randy, the Ram Romick.
Oh, my
Probably
goodness.
how it's pronounced.
Oh,
Needs to be the intro to
Have I told you lately how much we love you?
Not recently, no.
Okay,
So
so
I'm going to keep the volume down
I'll
here so that our mic doesn't pick you up
Take 4.
as we broadcast. I can take us down a little bit, or I can mute us. I'm not sure what's better. I think I'm going to mute us, and we'll unmute if there's something funny we want to comment on. Sound good, RJ?
Sounds good to me.
All right, man. Thank you.
That's all you.
So as you can see on the stream right now, we've got somebody with a green dice bag and a reserve pool shirt, which is
That would be Randy. This is Randy.
That's Randy. Oh my goodness, the epic amazingness just didn't come through on screen, but now it has. Joining a game already in process. I'm guessing that's Dave Morris with the Fanta, which I believe he's using a Vixen as a coaster, which is just all sorts of disrespect. Down to 8 life. On the other side, it looks like Randy is also down to 8 life. So we have ourselves one heck of a Dice Masters match. Looking at some of the cards on the mat, on Dave's side, it looks like he's got the Red Skull, possibly Loki, Ultron Drone, Baron Zemo, the Man, Phil Coulson, Iron Man, Beast possibly, and I'm guessing that 8th is Hyperion. Moving to Randy's side, you've got Phil Coulson.
We did go through the teams.
Oh, thank goodness.
Can I say again how much we love you?
I love you lots, man. I love you more than this Wendy's Frosty that I'm eating right now. Dave Morris right now with the weenie wall. 5 deep. Looks like Randy has a low-key of Phil Coulson and a sidekick. As you know, Phil Coulson,
Low-key or perhaps a star, in fact.
Into the dice bag. He's pointing. They're pointing. Phil Coulson. The sidekick is distraught. He does not have his inspirational leader anymore. And into the attack zone they go. This looks dangerous. Oh, Randy's not happy at all. He takes all the way down, hits the table because it was the table's fault. And it looks like Dave Morris is the victor in this game.
Would you like to talk to the winner of the match?
We're standing by with the winner of the match, Dave Morris.
No, that was JT.
That's JT?
That was JT who just smashed him, yes.
Well,
Hang on,
okay,
we're going to change some things up here. Give me 1 second.
Okay. JT's the fan of Fanta.
Only JT can hear you. It's his mic.
We are going to welcome in the 2015 Canadian Dice Masters National Champion, JT Homash. Congratulations on yet another victory in the world of Dice Masters. How do you feel right now defeating somebody like Randy?
Well, Randy taught me the game, and Randy smoked me for the first 2 months that we were playing. So anytime I get to be Randy, it's a good day. Yeah, and I was. What's funny is when we do our 15 packs, everyone is kind of excited about what they're drawing, at least 1 or 2 cards, and I was not excited at all. But came together here, I think, and got the win. Randy had some rough rolls though. It's hard for him to get a character face when he needed it.
When you're looking at your team right now, JT, what is going to be the key to you being able to go all the way and winning this prestigious tournament that is being run this weekend?
Probably walling up and being able to get Hyperion. That's going to be critical, just because I don't have a whole lot of attack in any other place. So I suppose I have Iron Man, but I think getting Hyperion and hulking him out will be pretty key.
It seemed like that game was pretty close when we joined it, or at least when I joined it mid-game, 8-8. Do you feel that you had the momentum throughout the entire match, or were you just able to make things work at the very end?
I don't know about 8-8. Finished 17-0, okay. So I snuck in some quick damage with a beast, and then Randy had a clear field, so I got another 5 and got him down to 12. And then I was able to hulk out Hyperion once for another 4 damage to push him down to 8. So the thing for me that kept his field clear was really Wasp's Global. Randy just picked that up, and when he got Phil Coulson, he got him on level 1. So I pinged Phil Coulson, and then I could ping sidekicks. And so I was actually marking both characters' life over here. So I think when you jumped in, that's kind of what you saw. So I apologize for that being confusing. But yeah, I felt like once I got a wall, I felt like I was in control.
Well, the one rule I want to ask about here is ever since they have implemented the Canadian Dice Masters National Champions being able to have a total of 25 life to start the game,
What? Did I lose you?
Oh, no, I just made that up. I just wanted to have a Frosty. You had a die on the 17, you had a die on the 8 or something, and it's like, okay, well, he gets 25 life. He's a champion. Why
Oh, I
not?
see what you're saying. No, I was marking both.
Fair enough.
It's fun.
So,
It's fun playing with new cards. I'll tell you what, it is fun playing with new characters. I do enjoy that for sure.
Is there a character on that team that you didn't think you'd enjoy that you are enjoying a lot?
Hyperion. Yeah, I definitely didn't. I mean, it's the rare, so it's probably his best version. But I did not. I kind of wrote him off when I was looking at the set the first time. I'm kind of excited to maybe in a future game, we'll see how it goes, get Red Skull out. It's his uncommon. If Red Skull is KO'd, your opponent chooses. Either they draw 1 fewer die during their next clear and draw step, or you draw 2 dice from your bag and prep them. So I don't have prep any other way. So I thought, oh, well, I got an 8th slot. Let's put them in. And if I need an emergency buy down the road, or I can't get any ramp going, then we can use him. So, yep, that's it.
Well, congratulations on your victory.
You have it.
That's an active sidekick out.
Okay.
Oh, I think we're getting some action on the other game here.
You'll be able to block.
Isaac has at least 8 characters fielded.
That's it.
So Isaac won. Isaac beat Dave.
With
With Giant Man to boot. Level 3 hulked out Giant Man, right? He was hulked out.
Should you be surprised?
I shouldn't be surprised. Nor should anyone else. All right, we're gonna figure out and get set up for the next.
Switch up the input, go back to the big mic, and we'll talk to you as we figure out who's playing who next.
Well, there you have it. JT Von Homash able to destroy the man known as Randy the Ram. Really is the very definition of, hey, we are going to take the person who taught us the game and make them regret it terribly. On the other side, you have 2 of the few people that were able to actually compete at the World Championships. Isaac made it a little bit further than Dave, and he did it again today. So the question is, who will face who in the next round? I can only imagine we are going to have Isaac on stream next because he has Giant Man. And I think it's fair to say at this point the Giant Man is without a doubt the greatest Dice Masters character in the history of the game. Some might say that is exaggerating a slight bit. I, on the other hand, say no. No, it's not.
You get the loser match on the stream here.
So we're going to get Dave and Randy.
Yep. The big, fat, stinking loser match.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we had done it the other way, then I'm in the feed the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be in the feed the whole time this way.
That's all right. That's better.
Unfortunately,
Did
my
you switch
good-looking mug is
Yes,
going to be on the screen.
You did. Yes. Okay. All right. So we talked about Randy's team on the stream. As I get set up, we'll talk about mine, which, as you saw at the end of the last video, I did not have a lot of wonderful options. I had Guardians of the Galaxy, but they were all like the defense-oriented Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I got the Rocket Raccoon, but the uncommon. And stuff like that. So, yeah, I went for as much cohesion as I could, and unfortunately, it's not as cohesive as you'd like. So we have the, I needed some kind of damage. I needed something that could get me to do something, anything. So I have the Shield Helicarrier there. Then we have Maria Hill because she's inexpensive. both to field and to purchase. We go with Captain Marvel because she's ramp and I got her, so fine. Star-Lord because he's actually 4-fist, and this is the rare where my Guardians will cost 1 less to buy. And that's because on the other side I have 3 Guardians. So first let's start with the non-Guardian. I have Kang. While he's active, I get an additional reroll during my roll and reroll step. That was kind of a why not. We have Gamora, Assassin, so that one's not bad. She KOs each enemy she deals damage to. Rocket Raccoon, but unfortunately the one where he gets +3 defense as a blocker. And then the Super Rare Groot, which, I mean, fine, but again, it's all very defensive. So basic actions, I have Assemble here because I didn't want something that somebody else could find useful. And I have Hulk out because I have Hulk out. Because my only chance is to like find something that to get over a wall is to like get Helicarrier on my whoops, my bad. Already foul.
Yeah.
Is to get Helicarrier on my Star-Lord or my Captain Marvel and then overcrush it. But that's asking for a lot. So, but that's sealed for you. So we're gonna mute this back up and let you do your thing there, RJ. We'll chip in as we need to.
All right, so as you heard, we are going to have Dave versus Randy. Randy will roll, and now Dave will roll. And based on the body language of the hands, which are completely frozen. Oh, no, there we go. We are back, ready to go.
I also rolled one.
Critical miss.
A critical miss indeed. Unofficially brought to you by Fanta. Apparently there is some obsession with the orange Fanta. Being American, I would expect some cream soda in that, but hey, we're not here to judge. We are here to commentate.
You noticed our coasters, right?
Yeah. Pretty epic. Oh, those 2 dice on the mat are confusing me. They look so realistic. I got to remember those are nothing. Yeah. We're going to pretend they're nothing. Okay. Dave is thinking. And he has purchased a Maria Hill. No? Ooh, he bought Star-Lord, who has a shield on his card, but is actually a fist. Randy's rolling 5. Immediately says, no, sidekick, I don't want you. You are not Phil Coulson. And there's a big purchase there. Looks like Jocasta. Now Dave's going to roll. Seems fairly content with what he rolled on his first. And he's got to feel mostly happy about that because his team he's obviously not thrilled with. So the fact that he's getting what he would consider a good roll the first time, it's got to be a boost to his confidence. And look at that, he's purchased Kang, which may or may not be the common, which may or may not be the one listed as a 6 cost online, when in fact it's actually a 4 cost. The Kang that made Shadow Meld go on record and say he was in Vixen tier. We disagree with that statement now, but oh, Randy not happy, hitting the table again. It looks like another Jocasta purchased. Dave trying to get some good luck out of his bag, treating it rather well. There's the roll. Looks like we got a character face on that Kang, a sidekick who's going to re-roll and get another sidekick. You want that kind of determination when you are rolling sidekicks. That sidekick is going to do a lot of work. We're going to call it Mini Kang until it dies. It is now Randy's turn. He's going to roll. Some diversity in that roll. Here comes Colston. There is no T in his last name, but a lot of people call him Colston for some reason.
A lot of people like you.
Somebody said it yesterday, and now it's been stuck in my head.
Good enough.
It's like the wrong kind of advertising, subliminally. Here's the big roll. Now keep in mind, because he has Kang out, he can actually roll an additional time if he wishes. And there's another purchase of Maria Hill. I know some people are not necessarily big fans of Kang, but I think that if you can eliminate or reduce the amount of luck in your rolls, I mean, in a game like Dice Masters, that's huge. Here's Coulson on a character face. And he gets re-rolled to Shields. What disrespect to the inspirational leader that is Phil Coulson. It's unclear at this moment as to whether or not that actually is the inspirational leader version of Coulson, but nevertheless, Jocasta coming in.
It is.
The inspirational leader.
Yes.
Oh, I just wanted to say it again. He just looks so unassuming on his card, like, yeah, I'm a regular Joe, but really, he is the captain of Team Randy. And there is a big purchase of the Wasp. No, it's not. It's Spider-Woman, ladies and gentlemen. Randy a little more confident than he was just a few turns ago with the casual wink and a gun saying, you can go. I have you. Now we see a character face. Look at that. Everything gets re-rolled. And because of Kang, he could feasibly re-roll once more should he choose to. But at this moment, he seems to be okay with it. Kang and Mini Kang. There's the re-roll of Maria Hill for 2 shields. And we just saw a big purchase of Captain Marvel. Business has just picked up. A slobber knocker of a match, dare we say. Randy with the roll. Looks like 2 fists, a mask, and a question mark. We have another Coulson purchase. What will those fists do? And there's the wink and the gun. And now Dave will get ready for his roll, his turn. 4 sidekicks. How many more Mini Kangs will hit the field? Oh, he's keeping one out front. He's thinking. Look at that. That's a much better roll for what he's looking to do. Oh, it looked like a convenience store hookup there. For Dave saying, hey, I've got a gun. And Randy's like, no, no, no. Please don't shoot me with your handgun. Got two fists, Wasp, Global, pinging someone.
Ping Jocasta to prep a die.
Ooh, look at that genius. Look at that geniusness. And here comes Randy with a roll. What are you doing, Coulson? Coulson says he's ready for action. And there he goes. Still very early game. Both players seem to be at 20. There it is. Almost on cue. That was amazing. Very impressed. And I think that was a purchase of Loki on Randy's side. Going to see some magic. No, not Loki. Going to load up some Age of Ultron here to have a better shot of seeing what everything is. Oh my goodness, is that what I think it is? Hold that card closer to the camera for a second there, my friend. The one to the left of Zombie Magneto. A little down. Oh, Starhawk. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Good old Starhawk. The Avenger and Guardian. Starhawk will be able to get a 1/1 boost every time Randy decides to field a Avenger or a Guardian of the Galaxy. There's a reroll. And a field. Spider-Woman on the field with Coulson, with Jocasta. And you look on the other side, it looks like a Kang, two mini Kang. Oh, hang on a second. A attack has been declared by Spider-Woman. And she gets KO'd. Dave will begin his turn in his field, like we were mentioning. A Kang, two sidekicks, and I believe a Maria Hill? No. Yes. Maria Hill. And a reroll. Character stays out. No, it goes to a single shield. Actually, the coloring of that die tells me it is not actually Maria Hill. We have a purchase and a pass of the turn. Hey, Dave, who's the character you have on the far right of your field?
Far right would be Star-Lord. I have the rare.
Star-Lord rare, right. While Star-Lord is active, your Guardians cost one less to buy. There's a big roll from Randy. Coulson out. Spider-Woman out. Oh, he's looking for the energy from Coulson, and he gets it with a sidekick to boot. but you won't actually boot your sidekicks. You want to respect them so that they will fight for you willingly. 4 energy left over. A fist, 2 shields, and a bolt. Randy's thinking. He's going to throw all 4 in, and he purchases a Hulk out, it looks like. Two Hulk outs. And he declares an attack with Spider-Woman. Dave says, "How dare you?" And a die gets prepped. Dave needs to draw one more from his
He attacked with Spider-Woman. I blocked with Captain Marvel, which allows me to prep a die because she dealt combat damage.
Mm-hmm. Captain Marvel working some magic today. A marvelous addition to Team Morris. We call that alliteration in the English language. Looking for energy, and he gets it. This has the makings of an epic long game. 2020. Nothing has snuck through for any direct damage to either opponent. If you're grading this match on a scale of Rocky 1 through Rocky Balboa, we're still very early in Rocky 1. I would say at this point, Balboa has not actually met Adrian yet.
I'll note that the other game is only 20 to 18, so the pacing is pretty similar here.
Yeah, that one, they're probably in like round 5 of Rocky 1. Some damage has been dealt. The underdog has maybe surprised the champion with a little damage. Everything's still underway. In the other matchup, JT Homash and Isaac Bon Vomash in a tight matchup of the winners. Of course, the winner of that match will be 2-0. And we'll have a lead in this 4-man the reserve pool Dice Masters Championship. Dave Morris with 5 characters in his field. Randy only has 4, but he does have Phil Coulson boosting a sidekick, making that sidekick a little scarier. Jocasta there as well to try and wreak some havoc. At some point, I assume we're going to see havoc in Dice Masters. Don't know when. But Jocasta wreaking him nonetheless. And here's the roll. A few characters coming up for Dave. He can do some rolling action with the Kang on the board. Just a matter of whether he's going to continue building the monster wall. He decides to. And he purchases Ready to Rocket, the basic action card. For anyone who hasn't seen that one yet, that is the target character die gets +2 attack until the end of turn. And it has teamwork as well. Another target character gets +2 attack until the end of the turn if it is affiliated with the first target. And Dave with the multiple Maria Hills on the board, all Shield affiliated. Another Jocasta gets fielded from Randy. So now he's got 5 out there. But he is still down a little bit in terms of just characters field-wise. Still very early in this game. He hits Jocasta with Wasps Global to prep a die. Dave is pumped that Randy prepped a sidekick. Hang on a second. Jocasta comes out. He is blocked by Captain Marvel. And Dave gets to prep a die. And bye-bye, Jocasta. You get destroyed. And now it is Dave's turn. Dave with a huge field already. Only 4 characters back in Randy's field in the defensive zone. And another character comes up there. A few characters, it looks like. Sidekick gets re-rolled. Kvestin Mark. That is a busy field for Dave. Sometimes when you don't have a team with a lot of cohesion, you just throw a bunch of things in your field and see what happens. Captain Marvel declared as an attacker. Will Randy let it through for the first damage of the game, or will he block? He decides to block with Jocasta and a sidekick. The sidekick boosted by Coulson. Jocasta will take some damage. Dave says, oh, hang on. They're trying to decide who's going to die, I guess. Three dice prepped for Randy. And Jocasta gets killed. Sidekick comes back onto the board. And so Randy with a lot of dice prepped for this upcoming turn. With only 3 characters in his field, Dave with 8. Big roll kind of needed here. Still 20-20 in this round 2 matchup between Dave and Randy. Randy is the one with his elbow on the green dice bag. Dave is the one disrespecting Vixen with a Fanta can.
We're all using Vixen as coasters, by the way.
Well, there needs to be a use for that card. Oh, look at that. So many Vixens.
We find new uses for her all the time.
Yeah. And we get some fielded characters now. 2 sidekicks, 2 Jocastas, a Phil Coulson joining Spider-Woman, I believe. We have a few energy left in the reserve pool. And look at this, 5 characters declared as attackers, 2 sidekicks that are boosted by Coulson, Spider-Woman, and the 2 Jocastas. I believe that is the uncommon Jocasta. And look at that. 5 blockers declared. Two sidekicks are killed on either side. Spider-Woman gone.
No, Groot keeps my sidekicks alive.
Cool.
Oh, I see. You just moved him. Gotcha. Good old Groot. Doing work. Doing work. I believe you said earlier that was the super rare Groot. So that's while Groot is active, all your other fielded characters get +3 defense. It's going to be hard to break that wall now. And here comes a roll from Dave. And a third roll. Plenty of choices here. Look at how big that field is. It's like a parade. A parade going through Pittsburgh. Look at that. Declares everyone as an attacker. And shakes his hand saying, take this in your face. Just how much damage was that there for lethal?
That was 20, and I will come on and talk to you now.
So 20 damage in one attack. We're joined now by the winner of this matchup, Dave, who goes to 1-1 on the day, knocking Randy down to 0-2. Well, yeah, you have a team that you said didn't have any cohesion whatsoever, but then you build a giant wall. With Groot out there, you get a very beastie wall. Everybody's crazy strong on the blocking side, but then all of a sudden you're able to turn it around and hit for lethal. How does it feel to get a win with a team that you're not overly thrilled with?
Well, yeah, I mean, there is cohesion because it's Guardians of the Galaxy, but the action that I used to get the win was Ready to Rocket. That was Randy's action. I think that there's cohesion in that the Guardians work together. I have Star-Lord that sees to that, but beyond that, I don't know. That's a tough one. It feels good to get the win. It's not just that I have the Guardians, which is fine, but as I said, it's some of the more defensive-oriented Guardians. I think if I had what's the common Blam murdered you, Rocket Raccoon, I would feel a little bit better about it because that's the one that gets +2 attack when he attacks with somebody else. I feel like I'd have a little more of something going. It favored me because Randy went for the long game, and in the long game, I had the capacity to wall up. But that's about where it fell.
So now you're in a situation where you're tied. So who did you play for the first round? It was JT and Randy. So you lost to Isaac.
Yes.
So you're going to be playing JT next, who could be 2-0, could be 1-1.
Yeah, it looks like right now it's 15 all over there.
15-20.
15-20. Oh, okay. You're marking his. Okay, 15-20. JT's favor over there. So yeah, I'll be playing JT next.
Do you feel that you could still come back and win this tournament somehow?
Well, I don't know. We're playing round robin. I don't know exactly how this is all going to fall. It's
winners.
Really going to come down. Yeah, we're all winners. That's what Isaac just said. Really, it's going to come down to, if Isaac could very well still go undefeated. So could JT. It's really going to just depend. I look at his team and I see stuff I like. He has the he can get some unfavorable blocks going and things like that with the Ultron drone. But I don't know. It's tough. I'm not sure what the right answer is there.
So it's funny that Isaac says you're all winners when really, if he wins this game and the next, he will be the only winner.
This one was?
Well, we're a gracious bunch here.
Too modest.
Well, I suppose. We are loving your commentary, by the way.
Excellent.
Yeah. Hey, while we're here, let's look at some of these YouTube comments. A couple people are saying the same thing. They love your commentary. Giant wall play sucks. Sorry, guys. Well, yeah, it does, but that's what we were stuck with. That's sealed for you sometimes. Has anybody found any inset ramp yet for Age of Ultron? Yes. We got Captain Marvel and Jocasta right there.
We just didn't really have any wind conditions to
Yeah.
ramp to.
Yeah, that's the problem. We didn't have wind conditions that we were happy with to ramp to. We didn't get, he has Coulson, which can do well with the sidekicks early, but no shield agents. I didn't have an Ultron or a drone. I didn't have a Coulson and his agents. I didn't have some of the more offensively oriented things. I didn't get the giant. I had a giant man, but it was only one, and I didn't have stuff that worked well with it. So there's ramp, but it's hard when you don't feel that you have a solid win con to get to. I mean, I guess if I could go back, I would trade out this shield helicarrier for the giant man, but whatever.
That'd be a lesson to all the new players out there. If you have an opportunity to bring a giant man to a match, do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A
But,
3-cost mask, 7 damage on level 3.
Natalie.
There's some kid shenanigans happening in the background.
Come on the table.
But yeah, I mean, you got to have something to ramp to, and that's really, I think, the problem that both Randy and I felt we had. Let me see if I can angle the camera a bit so you can get at least a glimpse on what's happening at the other side of the table. It's not going to be an amazing view, but you can at least tell that a game's going on there. See if we can do something about that.
I think my son is comfortable here.
All right, so we're looking here. It's Isaac versus JT.
So after combat, I can still play the action.
Correct.
Are you trying to
Zooming in.
I believe Isaac is the one with the black shirt. JT is the one with the blue shirt.
Correct. It's going to be a lot harder to see the dice they have here, but I'll see if I can assist. Right, who's attacking here?
I am.
Isaac is attacking with a giant man and a sidekick. He has an energy and a. Looks like the oppression begins in the field. So far, it looks like we have a block with a beast and an Ultron drone.
He's not good. He stays in. I'll play the aggression begins. Those two out. You're up.
So he's just knocked out the 0 cost to get some stuff in his prep, and JT is rolling.
Get cover bots back up there.
Mhm.
I wrote down most of this stuff, but
He's got a character face on beast and Ultron drone, as well as 6 energy, 2 question marks, and 4 from generics on basic actions.
So we could see some major purchases right here. Oh, he's thinking about re-rolling the beast. Does he want more energy? As you
He's
can
thinking
see,
about it.
The can is moving with sound effects that might be a Coke Zero based on secret chats we had yesterday.
It might be a Coke Zero. But like someone on a favorite kid show of mine, I couldn't say no to orange soda. So it looks like JT's going to stay with it. Oh, he still doesn't like the beast. There he goes.
Here's the re-roll.
Still a character.
That is a determined beast.
It's like a determined level 3 beast.
Seems like Phil Coulson appearing on 3 of the 4 teams.
That's for free.
The only reason he's not on mine is because I didn't draw him.
But if you had...
Yes, absolutely. Coulson can do a lot of work with sidekicks early. I had the opportunity to use him a bit in a draft. Went 2-1. As we talked about with the wasp that I decided to pass on, just killed me. But Coulson does work early with their sidekicks. Most of my opponents I was able to take down, to 16, 14, 12, thanks to Coulson and his sidekicks, and then I'd bring in Ultron and the drones to finish the job. So we have a field here with Baron Zemo, a Red Skull, a Beast, and an Ultron drone. JT checked his bag.
One of the very few combinations in the comics universe that probably did not involve a team at some point.
Okay.
It looks like what just happened there with the Loki's the Ultron drone. That Loki ability can be played as a global and removes character abilities. It's basically a one-shot prismatic spray. Some thinking there. I don't know if you can see Isaac's field. Yeah, okay, so turn has been passed here. No attacks. Isaac drawing 4 and adding 2 from his prep. He has a giant man, a Loki, and a Phil Coulson in the field. He's going to roll.
Thanks.
Lots of energy.
Now, in this spot, is he preferring to have Giant Man as energy, or is he looking to roll the character? Because it could be some
He's
expensive.
rolling everything.
Everything.
Almost as bad.
Everything. Well, no, he doesn't have Giant. Giant Man is in his field already.
So learn to feel.
Looks like a sidekick came up. Pepper Potts did not. The Bolt uses her to pay for the field. He shows 4 energy, 2 generic, 2 questions. So he has options at least. Parsing out his dice here. Looking for the answer. Isaac's team we haven't seen on stream yet. He too has the zombie Magneto, as well as the common Loki, the uncommon Jocasta. He also has the common Baron Zemo, Phil Coulson, Pepper Potts, blank Giant Man, and then also looks like the common Wasp there. So his ramp strategy may be similar to Randy's if he was going to go with the Jocasta, but doesn't look like he's made that purchase.
Some difficult situations here. One wrong move could very much turn the game very quickly in the other person's favor.
It's true.
Red Skull.
Okay.
So he is Loki, the Red Skull. Red Skull now has nothing. This is the Red Skull. When he is KO'd, your opponent chooses either they draw 1 fewer die during their next clear and draw step, or you draw 2 dice from your bag to your prep area. I have to say, that's one that I think of the Red Skulls that offer the trade-offs, that might be the one I like the most. You know, the common, the life gain, that may be meaningless if you're at 20. There are parts of the game when that can matter, but Red Skull's fielding is expensive. But hampering your opponent by drawing 1 fewer die or giving you extra dice, it's pretty damaging.
I'm definitely
And as was talked about earlier today, is that it is sometimes difficult to find that extra prep in the set. So any sort of extra prep you can get.
So we had an attack with Beast, and he knocked out.
Giant Man.
What's that?
I attacked with Giant
Oh, he attacked with Giant Man and used Beast and some energy to knock him out. So he's going to draw. But I'm sorry, you were saying, RJ?
I put a burger in my mouth in that time.
Ah,
It has extra pickles on it.
how are those pickles?
As good as to be expected.
You know, Heinz, who makes all the wonderful ketchup, recently sponsored a Picklesburg thing in Pittsburgh because the company is based there. Though that future uncertain with the merger with Kraft Foods. We try to give you it all here, a little economics lesson as well as Dice Masters here at the Reserve Pool. So JT has a ton of energy as well as what looks like a Hulk out on the burst face.
He doesn't look overly thrilled with that roll. I think that roll could have used some extra pickles on it.
The roll needed some extra pickles, JT, or RJ. Yes, it did. So we still have a field of Zemo. He's past priority to Isaac here. Just thinking, looking at the energy he has, Isaac has retained a question mark and 2 generics. He taps aggressively on the table.
Drone. Yep.
He hits the drone with Loki's ability.
So all the damage so far has been from that drone.
And what is the score right now?
Ooh, and JT now purchases a Loki of his own.
Oh.
What was the question there, RJ?
What is the score life-wise?
We are still 20-15 in favor of JT. I think just a lot of uncertainty here.
Garbage.
What is that
Garbage.
yellow thing on Isaac's life bar?
That would be a little. I'm not sure what that. What is that actually? That yellow thing that you're using as a life counter?
So my daughter makes the bags. She takes the scrap material and sews a little thing.
Okay.
Little mini beanbag.
So his daughter makes dice bags. Why don't you hold that up so the camera can see? His daughter makes wonderful dice bags, and that's a little piece of scrap fabric that she uses to sew that together and stuff a little bit to use as a life counter.
Free with every dice bag purchase.
Free with every dice bag purchase. She's an entrepreneur. So he saves the Hulk out and rerolls everything. We get a zombie Magneto character face here. I was able to swing a trade for a zombie Magneto with JT from some of my spares. So I'm the proud owner of a zombie Magneto and die.
So who's at 20 life right now then? Because I see
JT. Yeah, JT's favorite. It's 20. So you see the two counters here. The green on JT's board is for his life, and the purple is for Isaac's.
Gotcha.
So now with Zombie Magneto, we'll have to see how this changes things. That means that the Ultron drone, the Baron Zemo, half of his field they no longer have abilities. We would assume at this point that does include globals. It essentially wipes their card. I haven't seen concrete evidence of that at this early time in the set. So he's sitting on
how it's written, you would think it would include.
Yeah, I agree. So we're sitting on 2 shields, a bolt, and a Hulk out on an action face. We have an attack coming with Loki.
4/7.
Loki, a 4/7 fellow. Finally, some action.
Damage could be happening here.
Well, he chooses to block with the now ability-less Ultron drone. That Ultron drone just became expendable for him. And he gives Loki Overcrush.
So 1 extra.
1 damage. Isaac has finally
First blood.
gotten some blood out of JT. Well, let's check out the comments section while we're here.
That's what doctors do.
That's what doctors do. That's what HMOs do. Is this using the camera that you talked about on the latest Reserve Pool podcast? We were thinking of starting to try and record some games at our events or doing some research. Yes, I am using the Logitech C920 here. JT has the same camera, and this is just on a $20 Amazon Basics tripod. We are not sponsored by any of these people. The camera is reasonably good. I think the quality here over the stream is probably not what you would see normally. The games that we have put on YouTube from my store would be of the quality that we're talking here. So JT is rolled, and we have a beast in the field now. He has Ultron drone coming up, 2 fists. Also 2 more energy, and as well as what is that? Coordinated strike that would appear on a burst face, though that doesn't matter. So the beast, of course, also has no ability at this point, though I'm sure that the beast was here more as a chump than anything else. But JT certainly has a lot to think about now with that Magneto in the field. And not really any removal.
Well,
the Loki gives him the means to strip it of its text. But that gives him limited windows, and he needs to have a bolt to do it. And he has to get the Loki out. But yes, this is that camera.
6.
I like it. It's good.
barely.
I can't complain about any of it. I've seen that apparently the C930 may be only a few bucks more at this point. I think this was about 60 when I bought it.
With global abilities. Oh, it's global action. That's right. My fault.
Yep.
Yep. So these 2 out.
Yep.
So he hits with coordinated strike, which deals 3 damage to a target character die, and he can repeat that effect if he has 2 active characters with the same affiliations. So he knocked out the Wasp and the sidekick with that.
That's huge.
And now he has used the Loki ability on Red Skull, and so JT feels forced to pass the turn. Lots going into Isaac's dice bag.
Come on, Giant Man.
He's hoping for Giant Man. There it is. There's a
And
Giant
there
Man. We'll
it
see
is,
if we can
ladies
roll
and
it.
gentlemen, the Giant Man.
And we have a character face. It is 7/7. We have a 7/7 Giant Man getting ready to be fielded here shortly. Isaac's trying to determine rerolls. Sitting on 6 energy here. He knows he's going to spend 2 to field Giant Man, but he's thinking about what to do with the Wasp.
I don't know what time we started this, but it's 8 till 3. I don't know what time 3.
I don't know whether I should.
Let me let's talk about that one moment, please. We're wondering if we should consider a time rule on this one. So give me a moment here. I'm going to mute myself.
So as they discuss whether or not to use a time limit, we want to remind you that some games can be determined by the final 5 moves of a game, or it could be a sidekicks roll-off. Now, I would like to recommend to all tournament directors out there, don't do that. Otherwise, you may as well just flip coins. Let's do a coin flipping tournament. We'll go to Wisconsin. We'll hold this national tournament. We'll flip coins, and the person who gets the most coins flipped correctly, guessed stuff, wins the championship. Don't do sidekick roll-offs ever. They're awful.
I agree with that.
So stupid. Anyway.
All right, so it looks like we're setting a time limit on this one. We're going to go until 3 o'clock and see where the game sits at that point. A very thirsty little girl in the kitchen who just took a drink and is going, ah. Would you like to say hello to the people? You can come here and do that. She's being shy.
Who's the she?
This would be JT's youngest. What was her name again, JT?
My youngest is Evie.
Evie.
Evie?
Evie.
Oh, well, why not?
So JT's going to make a purchase here of an Iron Man. He said, oh, well, why not?
Iron Man very happy with the confidence that his user has in him.
He already doesn't have
And another 2 to KO.
So Beast is now knocked out, and now he's just getting ready for his turn.
Come on.
Drawn 4, he wants the Hulk out, and there's one of them. And
Could this be the turning point? Could this be Rocky
well, Hulk
2?
out did come up energy.
For the plus.
Yeah.
4, 8.
Evie, leave your drink up here.
Looks like the other action he got is Oppression Begins. Not going to help him in this game.
It helped him early.
Helped him early, but not going to help him like right in this board state.
For anyone who wonders what the Oppression Begins is, basic action, KO all character dice with a fielding cost of 0. On the bursts, they go to the used pile instead of the prep area.
So Isaac has a Hulk out here. He also has a Bolt and several energy in his reserve pool, which would allow him to do some damage and at least get some kind of Overcrush through here, considering his options right now.
Time?
Red Skull.
55.
He hits Red Skull for 1.
Red Skull for 2 more.
Okay.
Hits Red Skull for 2 more. He attacks with the Giant Man for 7. So Red Skull now only has 2 defense. Oh, he's attacking with Loki as well. There's 1 defense, rather.
Lots of
And,
potential damage here.
He waits for blocks to see if and how that Hulk out will be applied. He is letting them through.
Okay.
So
We will tell you as well, there is an investigation currently underway as to whether or not JT is using Morse code to get advice from someone else in the room. It's possible it could be one of the kids. They do have the 2-letter name thing going, JT and Evie. Dare I say RJ?
I do know for a fact that JT mentioned several weeks ago in a secret communique that he was in fact teaching his kids Morse code. So it is possible. Yes, it is possible. What you say is true.
Wow.
It's at 15-8 in the favor of Isaac. However, checking a Dyson bag.
Like 8.
Yes, sweet.
about 8 dice in bag here.
All right.
You fielded a psychic and a beast. That
What are your
Magneto.
stats?
5/6.
JT seems to have an idea. It's attacking with,
Wait,
well, almost everything.
5/6? Yep. 5/6, man.
Now we're gonna note that that is what we call angling in the world of poker. If this was poker, he would be forced to attack with all those characters right now.
Ah,
And he does not go all in, but he makes a big enough raise here with 3 dice.
mm-hmm. And that would be the Baron Zemo with no abilities, Beast with no abilities, and a sidekick.
Does the sidekick have any abilities?
The sidekick has no abilities, in fact.
So the no ability team.
No ability, yes. It's much like having a field full of common vixens.
Or a Canadian basketball team.
A Canadian basketball team. I'm glad you said it.
No ability.
No ability at all. Unlike the Midwest, which is known for producing fundamentally sound basketball players.
But nothing else in life.
No,
That's
as we
great.
lose our Midwestern audience.
Oh, they know it's true. Oh, big block. Wow.
So let's see what Isaac rolls here. We're coming into the closing minutes. I will say that whenever time is called, we will have the remaining we'll have the remaining turn play out and call it based on that. This one is a nail biter.
I'm going to make a suggestion that we make it at least a few turns here so that there is some drama as to what could
Let's
happen.
do that. Let's say 3 turns at 3 o'clock.
Sounds
I
good.
agree with you, RJ.
Now we're going to say
So
3 o'clock Eastern time, not Central.
Correct, because that would be another hour.
Would be another
And it would
hour.
be a distinction that one of us here would do well to note. So there's a
Isaac
lot of
is
energy.
Clapping,
No, he's cracking his knuckles,
cracking his knuckles,
not clapping.
doing this with his hands, working those dice bag grabbers really well.
Sitting on all this energy. He invites JT to go ahead.
He's saying, "Bring it."
JT is rolling a beast, a Hulk out. Comes up with a sidekick and a beast, re-rolling the rest. So he gets a Hulk out on the action face as well as a mask and a question mark.
We have officially hit 3 o'clock
We have
Eastern
hit 3
Standard
o'clock,
Time.
so we'll play out this turn and have 3 more after that. The tension in this room is so thick you could cut it with a knife, a plastic knife, so not that thick, but thick.
Thick enough that we are concerned about the oxygen level in this room.
I'll get rid of Beast.
This is true.
Beast 4.
So he spends energy to get rid of the beast. So now he has just the Red Skull and the sidekick in the field.
JT obviously not thrilled about that. If you can read body language, that hand moved as if it was an unhappy hand.
So we got 3 more turns. Only one of them's mine.
Yep.
We could be reaching the point of the game in which a table will flip.
At least 4 damage in
It's a pretty heavy table.
cost you.
Ooh. JT decides to keep the wall. Here comes Phil Coulson, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll tell you what, if he gets Coulson and some sidekicks, this could be interesting. He gets a sidekick, but no Coulson, and a Pepper Potts. There's a Hulk out with a burst.
As the judge comes over to straighten the cards.
Yes.
Yeah, level 1.
Such sloppiness on these dice mats.
I hear that. So he fields a sidekick, has 4 energy, and a Hulk out with the burst.
Hulk out.
The judge continuing to fix the cards. And another judge rests her head on her father's back.
One judge doing a considerable.
And JT chooses to tickle the judge. I'm not sure if this is a legal play or not, but she seems to be letting it stand.
Gonna hurt.
I will send this 2 to Red Skull.
Yep.
And then I'll attack with the side kick.
Hits Red Skull for 2 and then attacks with a sidekick.
Just going to throw this out there to everybody watching the stream at home. If we go off air due to copyright issues, it's probably Disney's fault.
Well, I think everything's blurry enough that we can't quite tell.
Oh, that was clearly Minnie Mouse.
Oh,
Just
yes.
clearly
Okay.
Minnie Mouse. See, we in Canada take our Minnie Mouse very seriously.
JT makes a fart sound with his mouth as he considers his options.
It's the,
Isaac is attacked with a sidekick, and this is giving JT fits as he considers what to do to respond. He blocks with a sidekick, so he hulks out and does.
Turn 2.
But Hulk out had a burst. Shouldn't you have done 1?
He did. I did.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's,
Does 1 damage to JT.
Good old Dave pretending to be a judge.
Hey, we all know that Dice Masters commentator extraordinaire Jimmy is not hesitant when he needs to get up from the table and figure out what just happened in a game.
Okay, well, he hesitates a wee bit.
A wee bit. I don't
There
think
is-
he likes to do it, but he'll do it if need be.
There's some slight hesitation.
Well, I can't win, so.
JT
Call it.
JT,
conceded.
All right.
yes, he has. So Isaac is 2-0
That's a long game.
as he slides over to face off against
I'm not
Randy,
sure if we'd actually done the 30 minutes that would have lasted that long.
probably on the camera. So we're
And
going to
now,
change scenes here. And would you like to speak with Isaac after he gathers his things?
who wouldn't want to speak to Isaac after
I don't
what he
know.
has done gathering up his things?
All right, so we are going to talk to Isaac in just a moment. Isaac, you're going to come over here, I believe.
Okay.
So let me pack up my own cards.
Oh, okay. Unless- yeah, it doesn't- set up anyway.
And I have to face off against JT.
I was waiting for you by that hyper.
Yeah, good luck on that one. When the Canadian Dice Masters national champion gets cheated out of a win, he is known to destroy.
Indeed. Oh, you doing that?
Yeah, it's just as easy.
So a changing of the play mats, and ooh, and a die goes flying.
Who tried to escape the game?
Just a action die, actually. So we're gonna shift the camera here in a moment. I'm gonna unzoom and yield to JT and my commentary, aiding the fine RJ Retroverse here. Will be coming to an end momentarily. Thanks for letting me comment on that.
No problem. That will
And
be $2.
And here now, currently 2-0 in this little sealed tournament we're doing. Isaac Von Bomash, or what were we saying? Isaac Von Bomash. Yes, indeed. Here we go.
We are joined by Isaac Von Vomash, the winner of that last matchup. He is now 2-0 in this tournament, and if he can get through Randy the Ram, he will be undefeated in this round robin. Congratulations on your victory over the 2015 Canadian Dice Masters national champion.
I had it on the wrong side. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Sorry, I was getting the earphones in.
No, that's fine. That's why I did the extended introduction, because I assumed that was the fact. But now that we have you on, there are some very important questions that we have to ask you. When you look back into the 1980s, everybody at the time thought that Cyndi Lauper was going to be the next big thing, when in fact it was Madonna that was going to be the one that lasted throughout the next 20 to 25 years. Why is it that you think that Cyndi Lauper did not have the same longevity that somebody like Madonna did?
I feel like I missed out on the conversation. I realized we were talking 80s pop. So Cyndi Lauper versus Madonna. I can't say. Let's see. I can't say I was a fan of either.
But now it's Brazilians.
If we look back into the early 1980s, when it comes down to some of the biggest acts in the world, Thomas Dolby was known for having some monstrous hits, one of which was She Blinded Me with Science, and another was Hyperactive. Why do you think that Thomas Dolby has not made his name in a game like Dice Masters when really when you consider the electronic music that he had and the rolling of the dice and the games that are being played today, they're
only makes
practically the
sense.
same thing.
Sure. I mean, that's completely understandable. I would expect we see him on the pro circuit here in the near future.
I think it's only a matter of time. When it comes down to a game like this, you're playing your friends. You had the highest finish of everybody that went to Worlds of this small group, and you're on the verge now of going 3-0 and winning the round robin with an undefeated record. And actually, regardless of what happens, you've pretty much won this tournament. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about how you've played so far today?
So far, so good. Yeah, that last game was definitely a trudge. Back and forth. Had it gone to time, I'm not sure I would have been able to pull that. Had it gone to like actual time, but that Giant Man zoomed me well.
How do you respond to people who say that Giant Man is not the greatest character in the history of Dice Masters?
I just don't talk to those people. I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, well, I think that's incredibly fair enough. It's clearly the best card.
All right, so we're starting up ours. Did you get a look at what my team was?
We have Phil Coulson, Pepper Potts, Giant Man, Wasp. We have Loki, Zombie Red Skull, Jocasta, and Baron Zemo.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hulk out, and the oppression begins.
When you need to mute, just go ahead and mute. So tell us about your team then, Isaac.
So team-wise, you named all the characters there, RJ. As far as what we put together, Pepper Potts is the uncommon, rolling down the 2 characters when she's fielded, so that's come in handy quite a bit. Coulson giving the +1 to the sidekicks of shield agents. Giant Man would have loved to have more than 1, but he's worked pretty well. Have not bought Jocasta yet, using her as a way to prep dice if need be. Zemo I have not bought yet either. Loki and Magneto came in quite a bit of handy in that last game. I'm using Hulk out because it's Hulk out, and the oppression begins. I've been using this the last couple of events. I really like it. It helped quite a bit in that last game to kind of clear a few guys off of the board. Yeah. And I think if we look across the board, Randy and I have, let's see, we both have Magneto, we both have Loki, we both have the Jocasta, we both have the same Wasp, and the same Phil Coulson. So we have 5 of the same characters going up.
I just got a message from RJ saying our entire house just lost power. He said he'll be back in whenever they get power up.
All right.
All right.
So
you'll be hearing commentary from us at this point.
Okay.
So I'll go first.
Yeah.
We can actually run a clock this time.
It's 3:10.
Okay.
So
Perfect. So throw those 2 sidekicks and buy us Pep Pots.
all right.
You're up, sir. All right, so we've temporarily lost RJ because of his Canadian power.
Lack thereof.
The lack thereof, yes. He has to go back and work the hand crank outside to get things up and going again. So once we have him join us again, I just thought he was at a loss for words for the first time ever.
Ever.
But not the case, so.
I'll just spend 4 on 2 Coulsons.
Okay. And, good.
Yeah.
And sidekick. And turn, man. That's to you, sir.
All right.
Okay.
RJ, you back with us? Your turn. I see it's a little.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Man, I've gone 0-2 so far. I gotta
Step it up.
I do gotta step it up. I'm gonna spend 4 on Loki's scepter.
Okay. Empty bag.
Shoot.
There's 2. There's 4. Oh, flying everywhere.
Okay. Starlight gives me the discount.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so we'll field. You don't have anything out there.
Yep.
And then 2, 3. I will buy a wasp.
All right.
Wasp.
A wasp.
Wasp.
You're up, sir.
Why am I saying what way? Well, we're just gonna let this scepter camp out here in the field.
Okay.
The burst, does it change anything?
It deals 4 damage.
4 damage instead of 3.
Yeah.
And we are back.
Yes.
The entire country of Canada just lost power.
We just assumed you're out hand cranking the power back on the side of the house.
No, why would I do that? Alana's here.
I'll tell her we appreciate getting you back with us.
The amount of ice cream I'm going to have to buy her now.
I'm an scepter.
So here we go, the match between Isaac and Randy. Randy 0-2, Isaac 2-0. Really, this is the best matchup you can get because you've got one man who wants to finish this tournament undefeated and the other who wants to beat the man 2-0, to be the spoiler. Who will accomplish their goal? I'm really asking. I have no idea. So Isaac immediately comes out and purchases a 4-cost. It might be Baron Zemo, although I didn't know Baron Zemo was a 4-cost. There must be... Oh, he must have the uncommon. Oh, the rare! Ladies and gentlemen, each time you use an action die, you may pay 1 to put it in your prep area instead of the used pile. Holy man! Randy comes out, buys Coulson, and fields a sidekick. It looks like somehow Isaac has 4 sidekicks on the field already. What is this magic? Giant man rolling masks, wasp on a character face. And Giant Man is a character once again. Sidekick gets fielded. As does Giant Man. As does Wasp. I'm guessing that is a level 1 Giant Man because of the fact he fielded for free. Isaac says, I will attack with a Giant Man and a sidekick. Giant Man gets through for 1 damage. Sidekick kills another sidekick. And now Randy will get going. Coulson's! 2 shields. Lots of energy there. Look at that. 2 sidekicks and 5 energy. He decides he wants the character faces more. Unfortunately, gets unlucky. 1 Coulson says, well, you don't want me in the field? Fine. Have 1 shield, man. So he's left with 4 energy after fielding the 2 sidekicks. As you can see, a huge army already on the field. Something that Randy has had to deal with all day. You have to assume at some point he's going to snap and use a breath weapon of his own. Notice that Isaac has completely disrespected the table, saying, no, I will not use a Vixen coaster. And we could see the first of Baron Zemo today on this team anyway. There's the roll, 2 bolts. A lot of energy. Isaac with some options. Your lesson of body language, when somebody is doing that with their hands, they are generally thinking about what to do. Just looking at some of the comments here on the YouTube video. Oddball Narwhal says, always use Hank Pym. No matter what set, always use Hank Pym. You can't get it better advice than that, my friends. We have a Giant Man character face in the reserve pool. And there's a roll. Randy has the 5 sidekicks in the field. No Coulson to really make them that much better, but nevertheless, having a wall is always helpful. Until we get to the point where Isaac's throwing out some Hulk outs with some overcrush damage, that wall will be able to let Randy build some stuff. Isaac does not get a character face on any of his dice, it looks like. Maybe one. Yep, there's the one field. Character gets declared as an attacker along with maybe some sidekicks. Wasp in the field as well. Randy blocks with a sidekick. Now we get more rolls. Along with the sidekick from the prep area, we get 5 rolled. And it looks like we get a character face. Ooh, he doesn't seem happy with any of those rolls. Mask, question mark, and anything else, who cares? There's the Wasp. He's going to hang on to the fist. And he says, "It is your turn." That's how they say it when they do the gun thing with their hands. I'm curious as to what was just fielded there. I'm thinking it was Loki's Scepter, but I'm completely guessing. It was Loki's Scepter with a whole whackload of text. So we're going to look that up here. Loki's Scepter. Looks like it was this one. Place this die into the field zone. You may move it to your used pile to deal 3 damage to a character die that was fielded this turn. Whenever you may use a global ability, send this die to the used pile at the end of your opponent's turn. On the burst faces, deal 4 damage instead. And another sidekick gets fielded for Isaac. And he's going to field the Baron Zemo as well. And it looks like the Scepter was used, I believe, to damage the Baron Zemo. We'll find out very quickly. And Zemo is killed by the sidekick, which confirms what we just said. That Scepter doing some work. And we're going to get an interesting roll here by the Ram. Boom. Coulson. Got some generic energy as well with a fist. They're going to get re-rolled. There is the Scepter again. It's going to come into the field zone. It's going to sit on the shoulder of the Green Lantern like a parrot. Coulson in the field, making all those sidekicks a little bit better. A little bit stronger. One sidekick comes into the attack zone. It's going to get blocked by another sidekick who immediately may get killed. I think Hulk O was just used on that sidekick. Is that correct? Well, there's some discussion happening here. Isaac doesn't buy it. If someone can unmute and just confirm what we believe just happened.
You're unmuted.
All right, just to let you know what happened there. I attacked with a 2-1 sidekick. He blocked with a 1-1 sidekick. And then I gave my sidekick Overcrush and dealt 2 damage to his blocker. so my 2 attack overcrushed through, but I was still blocked, so my sidekick remained in the field.
Cool. And there you have it. 2 masks of the giant man, Baron Zemo, the character face, bolt, shield, question mark, and some sort of energy. It looks like 2 shields possibly. But they're going to get re-rolled anyway. Giant man comes out. And into the field he goes, Baron Zemo along with. And Randy says, hey, Scepter just hit your Baron Zemo, it looks like. But Scepter putting in work. And Giant Man and Zemo are going to be declared as attackers. One sidekick will block Zemo. It looks like Giant Man might get through for a few damage. Oh, looks like it was the 1-1. Baron Zemo gets KO'd, and into the prep area he goes. Speaking of the prep area, the next episode drops on Tuesday with a theme of Patrick's birthday and an appearance from the 2015 Canadian Dice Masters National Champion JT Homash, who built his first ever Little Cup team and had a lot of fun with it as well. We're talking about sidekicks right now. Well, you'll want to hear about his sidekicks this Tuesday again on thereservepool.com. Back to this game with Isaac, who is currently 2-0 against Randy the Ram Romig, who is currently 0-2, looking to make sure he does not go unvictorious. Seeing some waving on the camera. Somebody saying hi. We are saying hello back to them. Such nice people. In location spot. Like we were mentioning, Randy the Ram Romig looking to get his first win by beating the champion, really, as Isaac will have any tiebreaker after this round robin. And a purchase of Hulk Out. And there's the gun. It's Isaac's turn. Oh, he's going to use some energy. Looks like he killed Coulson at the end of the turn. Baron Zemo comes in to be re-rolled once more. Zemo and sidekicks. And we have some diversity in that role. So Zemo most likely going to get fielded here. No, he's going to get re-rolled. He's looking for energy. Now the character comes back out. Isaac a little disappointed there, you can tell, based on how the hand hit the mat. Tough decision here. Will he field the Zemo, or will he look to buy something and just let Zemo go into the used pile? Still a very tight game. Zemo will get fielded. And Randy says, oh no you didn't. And he scepters him for more damage. Baron Zemo not able to get any momentum here. He keeps getting hit in the face with a scepter. A purchase of Coulson. Looks like Isaac's looking for some inspirational leadership for his 4 sidekicks in the field. Zemo gets killed. A sidekick gets killed. And it is now the turn of the Ram. Year of the Ram. Is that a thing? I feel like it might be a thing. Coulson comes up character face. The rest is energy. There's 2 bolts. A lot of energy there. Not thrilled is the Ram. Could make some big purchases here if he wishes. He's going to field the Coulson. He's going to buy Jocasta. And it looks like... oh, he's going to pass the turn, or pass priority. No, he's passing the turn. I guess there was no use for that basic action. I believe that was Hulk Out. Well, this could be a big roll for Isaac. Another character face for Zemo. A scepter still in the field for the Ram. Giant Man on his masks. Coulson on his single shield, it looks like. Tough decision. Oh, he's going to field them straight out. There's Baron Zemo. And a clear die. That's tough to see what that is. Oh, it's the zombie Magneto. And zombie Magneto attacks. And so does the Wasp. Sidekick will block. And Coulson's going to block. All right. Well, there you go. Into the used pile they go. Big roll from the Ram here. Just looking, I guess that means that Magneto went through unblocked, but no damage was taken on the life bar. We'll have to wait and see if that gets sorted out here. Sidekicks have been fielded. Currently 18-18 for the Ram and Isaac in this final round of the round robin. The Ram 0-2, Isaac 2-0. His wins are against JT and Dave, so he cannot lose this round robin. He's just looking to go undefeated, to have the perfect undefeated season, while the Rams looking to be Eli Manning and the New York Giants. Looks like we may see a Hail Mary coming up fairly shortly. Isaac rolling 3 sidekicks and a zombie Magneto. And the roll. Looks like he might have 2 energy. No, he's got the character face. Question mark, fist and a mask. Isaac seems fairly okay with that. Randy's starting to feel a little confident, playing with 7 cards now. No, he's gonna take it back. Loki Scepter, one of the best cards in the game, or best cards on his team anyway. Doing work every turn, every time it comes out. Has really done a lot of damage to that Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo and the Wasp coming out to be declared as attackers. We got some double blocking action here. Sidekick on Zemo, and then Coulson and a sidekick on the Wasp. So Zemo survives, Wasp gets destroyed, and 3 dice get prepped for Randy, no damage getting through. I believe it's still 18-18. Still a tad confused as to what happened with that zombie Magneto, which went to the used pile for some reason. And here comes a big roll from Randy the Ram Romig. I get some double energy on a character die here. And 2 masks. Coulson on a character face. And we get to see them fielded. The Rams still trying to build up some momentum here. a lot of characters on the field on the other side. And Coulson comes out swinging. No Loki scepters in their hands. They are going to have to do it Mambo Foxtrot style. Looks like one blocker. Okay, we have one blocker. And two blocker. Baron Zemo going to block out that Coulson. And Coulson, the other Coulson, does not survive. We could see Giant Man again here. This is going to be a big roll for Isaac. Well, Coulson and another character coming up. But I think we're going to see some re-rolling here. There's Giant Man coming in. We've only been able to see the level 1 Giant Man. You gotta love it when you're able to field 4 characters and still have 5 energy to go along with it.
RJ, did you catch which level Giant Man that is?
Is that level 3?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Okay, so what happened with the Magneto going into the attack zone and then going to the used pile without any damage being taken?
From a couple turns back?
Yeah.
That was the scepter again. He hit him with the scepter.
Oh, and it was on the burst phase, so he goes to the used pile instead?
No, it's regardless with that. He deals 3, or with the burst it's 4, and at the end of the turn, you have to send it to the used pile. So regardless of what happens to him with the attack, I just had to swing with him because once he sceptered him, he was going used anyway.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hello. How you doing, Abigail? It's been a while since I've seen you. Go for it.
Now, if that die gets KO'd, does it still go to the used pile, or does it then go to the KO?
No, because then it's been KO'd because then it would be KO'd before the end of the turn.
Gotcha. So that's okay. So that's the first time we actually saw the scepter send something to the used pile. So very strong piece of baseball bat from Loki.
Yeah, I will. I'll swing with all this.
Yeah, this could be. Okay. This could be it.
Sidekicks are +2s, level 2, or +2 attack, +1 attack.
+1 attack from what?
Coulson.
Oh yeah. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 21. Block time, man.
Yep.
I know.
Let's say 14 damage coming through. If my math is correct, that's going to put him down to 4. Yikes. The Ram is in a bit of trouble. Giant Man's still out there manning the field. And absolutely nothing in the field of the Ram. So he needs to field a character this turn or the game's over. But he's rolling a lot of dice, so in all likelihood he will. Well, there's Coulson going to be standing up to the Giant Man himself. This game has not gone the Rams' way. Bon Vomash with all the momentum in the world right now. Some tough decisions here for the Ram. Somebody trying to take out the camera. Coulson comes in, as does the Wasp. The level 3 giant man looming. He declares Wasp as an attacker. Points directly at Giant Man and says, hey. There you go. A lot of discussion here regarding the Wasp and what it's going to do. Wasp gets through for damage. And only Coulson remains. If Isaac can roll a character with a 4 attack, that could be the ball game. Coulson, 2 sidekicks, and a zombie Magneto. This could be it right here. This could be the game. A sidekick. Not as good without Coulson. He's got to reroll Coulson. And 2 shields on the Phil Coulson, so he will not be able to get the super amazing sidekick nonetheless, but he's going to field a character, field a sidekick. Some tough decisions here to be made. The sidekick will be the one killed. Still a giant man and another character. Coulson is sent to the KO pile. Giant man, no surprise, with the winning shot. And Isaac Von Vomash is undefeated, 3-0 in this round robin.
So, RJ, you got to see almost everything. What do you think?
Oh, I think the Giant Man is without question the best character in the game. It seemed like this game, it was really difficult for the Ram to get any sort of momentum going because you were able to field characters seemingly faster, and with the bigger wall, there wasn't really a whole lot that he could do.
Yeah.
I will say though, the Loki Scepter is a great way to try to slow down your opponent as you try to catch up. It's just in this game, it didn't seem like the Ram was able to.
That scepter was harsh.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I think that if there's one thing that the play today shows you, I mean, the 2 of us with losing records had 0 opportunities in our sealed pool for direct damage.
Yeah.
Myself and Randy had nothing we could do other than wall up. And that, you know, in games wall against wall, it's who has the better wall and can get around with some removal or whatever else. But in games like in games against teams like what JT have or what Isaac has, it comes down, you know, wall against direct damage, that direct damage is going to go up and over you no matter what you have. So whether it's having some overcrush, having that wasp, having that Ultron drone, you know, not just having overcrush, but characters that can really legitimately use it well, like that giant man, that makes a lot of difference.
So in this case, we have Isaac who wins the round robin with a record of 3-0. Sounds like JT with his victory over Dave goes to 2-1. Dave falls to 1-2. The Ram, Randy Romick goes to 0-3. But pretty competitive games for the most part of the ones that I was able to watch. So all 4 of you guys should feel pretty good about that game. And I don't know. It seems like a lot of fun. I can't wait till my Age of Ultron feed comes in.
Yeah, you were a little unhappy with the lateness of your feed, right?
Next Thursday, Dave. Next freaking Thursday.
So how do you feel about that?
Not happy, Dave.
I could tell. All right. So, wow.
I got a good one.
Did I see that?
Not quite that.
We are looking at
Yours has one too.
an insane air bubble inside of this Magneto die, zombie Magneto that Isaac pulled here. It's pretty cool. Probably not really going to affect anything, but my goodness.
Yeah.
If this were like a diamond, that would definitely take it down a couple of grades.
Yeah.
I learned all about the 4 C's when I went to purchase Lauren's engagement ring.
It's important.
But all right, so I think all of us, win or lose, I think we really enjoyed getting to just dig into this Age of Ultron. I mean, I think we all got to see some pretty different cards.
Not me. This game sucks.
That was the voice of Randy the Ram there.
That was good.
Yeah, Randy not too thrilled there. My goodness, that Groot can do a lot. I mean, if you're going up against Overcrush, Groot's not a bad one to have there. But again, I'd be remiss if I didn't say you need something to deal with either the direct damage is going to come at you, as Isaac did against that Ultron drone, or direct damage of your own to kind of overcome. Otherwise, that's true in anything. You know, it surprises me when we see people in limited go for the wall. I think it seems safe. It feels defensive. It feels right, but it doesn't. It just doesn't win consistently, and you can see that by the 2 people who were forced to go wall, going 1 and 5 today. So, anyway,
Canadian powers up.
RJ, you still have power there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just making sure. All right, so we're gonna wrap this one up here, and then RJ is gonna stick around and hang out because we're gonna all 5 of us record an episode of the Reserve Pool podcast now, where we're just gonna kind of round up a whole bunch of little topics and discuss and have some fun with that. So yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody. RJ, thank you for the phenomenal commentary. That was a lot of fun, and thanks for letting me butt in on that a little bit too when we got to the far away game and we had to zoom across the table to see.
Sounds like fun.
All right, so thanks everybody for watching. You can catch all kinds of Age of Ultron stuff on our website. Of course, this week the Reserve Pool is going to be us talking after these games. We have new things on the prep area, on the field zone. Wait, sorry, that one doesn't exist yet. On the prep area and on the attack zone, all the time, all about this set. So keep it here and talk with us on the forums and the YouTube comments. We want to hear from you. Thanks for watching, everybody.